Hello everyone, welcome back to a new YouTube cast. Today we're going to be having a best of 5 here between, in the top left spawning as the red Terran player DPG Cure, and in the bottom right spawning as the blue Zerg player. It is going to be Armani, Mr. Armani. He doesn't make clothes, but he does play Zerg. And he's pretty solid. Recently having some good showings. So when I say recently, I really mean the past 7-8 months. He's made a massive comeback. Armani is one of those guys that's been around for such a long time. 2014, 2015, he was okay. He's always been okay, but he just kind of managed to make that step from being an okay player to actually becoming one of the better Zergs in Korea at the moment. And just being an all-around scary competitor to deal with for a lot of these players. Now, we do have your standard hatchery first opener here coming out of Armani. So we see Cure opening up with a barracks at home. So no type of proxy Rex over here, which is nice to see as well. I enjoy seeing a normal game of TVZ. TVZ is such a good matchup at the moment. Lots of action, lots of different build orders, lots of styles as well for both races. So we have CC first coming down here for Cure. Couple more drones on the way. Now, this map Lightshade is considered one of the better Zerg maps. If you're going to be playing Lightshade as the first map in a best of 5, you're better damn sure that you win at Armani, because otherwise it's going to be a very, very tricky best of 5. Cure scouts, sees, hey, that's a hatchery first. He doesn't care about anything else in the main base, because all of that can be scouted by the follow-up scout, which is of course going to be this Reaper. So this Reaper is going to figure out, hey, what's going to be the follow-up? Is there going to be speed? Is there going to be some roaches? Are you going to get a third base? Or am I afraid of some type of 2-base Muta play? These are all things that this Reaper wants to find out. And of course, this Reaper also, if possible, probably wants to kill a single Ling here, or maybe 2 Lings if he can. Good micro coming out of Cure so far. Not taking too much damage on the Reaper, and not quite capable of getting that first Ling. It's going to force out the Spore at least. Yep, there we go. That drone also gets sent back. Ooh, Reaper wanted to go back in further, or at least pretended to want to go back in further. This tumor is being built rather far back. Very safe, but also means the creep isn't going to spread that far forward. Or sorry, 4cc. That would be an extremely fast 4cc. That's a 3rd-cc going down. Throws down the mule in the main base, by the way, rather than going for the low ground. So main base might mine out a little bit quicker because of that, but does mean if there's like a little bit of a Ling run by, that mule won't get taken out. See, that was a great mine. Just denying mining on 6 of those drones. You know, it's not like you're gonna be able to kill anything here, so denying a little bit of mining is great. It's like it's basically a worse version of a stasis trap. You know, if you know you can't kill any drones, it's like, well, you might as well throw that mine down, and maybe it's only 10 minerals that the Zerg loses. Maybe it's even less. Maybe it's only 5 or 6, but still, it's something that you can do. It doesn't cost anything. Mines obviously are free. They don't even cost energy, just a cooldown. Now, follow up here for Cure is going to be that Banshee. Double Hellion Marines being built as well. 2nd Marine coming out. I mean, everything is going to get spotted. There's no cloak being researched yet, but that should start, yeah, right now. I'd be surprised if he cancels cloak. I'd also be surprised if we see another Marine. This should be, I guess, a tech lab? Yeah. I was thinking you can't really wait for this tech lab to then swap over. So you're going to have one extra tech lab. So I'm assuming the follow-up will be like at least some tanks, or you're just going to have a leftover tech lab, which is also not the end of the world, of course. Tech lab's relatively cheap, 25 if you keep that one. If you keep that one alive during the game, like it doesn't really matter. It's not the biggest investment. As we have these cars trying to poke in, do some damage, but Armani's vision is good. His queen splits are good as well. 2-2. He's just going to try to push these cars back while continuing to spread his creep. 7th queen on the way. Baneling Nest about to finish up, and the spores start at 450 exactly, which is the perfect time for when Cloak finishes from a triple CC Banshee, basically. So nice play here so far. We see Armory going down. Okay. Armory going down. We see a couple more cars being built here. So we're going to be going up to 10 cars. 2 Banshees. And there's also some Marines here, by the way. There's just Marines built from a single barracks. this is gonna hit quite hard. Okay. Baneling Nest is done. We have an Overseer on the way. How many links is there? There's 13 links. I wouldn't mind if he just builds 2 Banelings. Just 2. 2 already, just in case, you know? Doesn't do that. Now he sees this on the edge. Starts Banelings immediately, I assume. Yes, 9 Banelings go down. Or start morphing. They don't really go down. They will explode soon, though. Albet's moving forward. Banelings 3-4 seconds away from finishing up. Is there a couple of transfuses? No, not really. Here we go. Banelings. Oh, good splits though coming out of Cure here. Now there's no heal from a medevac on these Hellbat, which is going to help these queens target them down. He's trying his absolute best here. 3 more Banes finish up. Oh, Armani, where are you going? Could probably clean this up a bit faster. Loses a crap ton of queens, which means that these Banshees will be able to do a little bit more in the future, most likely. Only 1 worker went down though, but unit lost in favor of Cure currently. 10 more drones on the way. 4th base hasn't started yet, which is 100% a mistake. That's definitely not what you want. Because he's working towards a worker count that is perfect on 4 bases. 75, 76. Wants to be going up to 81, 83 before truly starting to flood in those units. Look at how low the Marine count is. Armani has a long time left over right now to really just kind of do whatever the heck he wants. And that really can be anything at this point, right? He could be droning like a madman, but sadly droning at this point isn't actually going to be that useful because he can't use them on a base. Spire is about to finish up. 1-1 is halfway done, and Baneling speed has completed. So there is there is some light at the end of the tunnel here. So see, yeah, the tech lab is just left alone. He built a lot of cars, Cure, this game. He already lost 10, I think. Now he has 6 more, so 16 cars. It's kind of uncommon to see, but I mean, if you do good damage with them, it's not terrible. And he's going to be able to also use them to deny run-bys. He might be able to use them in his first push. This Ling is important. Oh, I'm not sure if Armani saw that. I think he did, though. Yeah. Oh, he's so good. Oh, wait, there's an Overlord here. Never mind. I thought this Ling barely saw, and I was like, wait a second, this Overlord has way more vision. He probably did see it, yeah. Now there's a couple of Banelings being morphed. Oh, no, he cancelled Baneling speed. I thought it was already finished. Ooh, that's actually going to be kind of tricky here. Now he has Mutas out already as well. Baneling's going to be moving forward. Without Baneling speed, though, this could be a little bit of an issue. There's a crap ton of Banes, though. Combat Shield does finish up, but 1-1 is not finished yet for either player. Mutalisks are going to be on cleanup duty. 2 workers go down. These Hellbats should fall as well. For Mutas, though, I might actually lose a Muta here if he starts fighting these Marines. No, it's the Mutas or the Marines start chasing the drones. 75 workers for Cure against 63 of Armani at this point, and Armani in a little bit of trouble here. These pushes haven't really seemed amazing, but behind it, Armani was kind of messing up like the delayed 4th base and now the lack of drones. I don't think that, yeah, just not having the Baneling speed there is such a big deal. That really hurt him. First Thor is coming out already. Holy crap. 4th CC about to finish up. All we're really waiting for is for barracks 6, 7, and 8 at this point. And Cure basically has himself a late game setup while Armani is still struggling to get into a mid game. That's not quite what you want if you're a Zerg in this position. Now, there's not a single run-by that has happened so far this game. So we see Cure continuously just rallying across the map, making every push way harder to hold here for Armani. Sometimes a small investment in a run-by can pay off in a great way. Good engagement here coming out of Armani. Takes out a lot of the mines, actually kind of evens up the supply, but the problem just is he's getting outmined, and sometimes I say he's getting outmined and it's a difference of 300-400 minerals a minute. We're talking about a 1.2k deficit here a minute. 1.2k, that is 24 Marines. Is that correct? Yeah, that's 24 Marines a minute that you're behind, basically. So that's gonna suck, especially because his supply already isn't looking to hold. It's not like he has a massive Muta count to keep his opponent at home. Hell, he has no Muta count, or almost non-existent. It's just 2 Mutas at this point. I mean, what really are you going to be doing here as Armani? Creep is looking meager, still no run-bys, Muta count non-existent, 2-2 finishing faster for your opponent, who's already getting barracks 6, 7, and 8, so the Marauder count will start rising pretty rapidly as well. And then these banelings aren't even going to be as useful anymore. There's still one Thor. Mines are being added into this composition as well continuously. I mean, this just seems like a never-ending rally push. And I mean, what is Armani gonna do here? He sends out a Ling. It's like, please don't let there be a fort. Please don't let there be a fort. No, he's going to the 5th. Armani knows there's a fort. He's like, oh crap, please don't let there be a 5th. Luckily for him, there's no 5th yet, but there's also no 5th for himself, and he's down 30 workers at this point. He's gonna need such a sick fight, so he can drone up to 84, 85, get up to 8 gases, 5 bases, and then try to start working on a mute account. But he's Cure's gonna need to fall asleep temporarily on his keyboard here. Banelings rolling forward, not quite. Like, these are trades you're getting. Like, you're killing some Marines, you're losing some Banelings, but we don't need trades. Like, we need a slaughter, and the slaughter is going the wrong way here as Armani throws in a couple more links, tries for a run by, doesn't really control it though, and loses every single Zergling. Still has some Banelings left, mute account of 2. I thought I was going to say 6, but it is only 2. 6 more Banelings are on the way. 2-2 is about to finish up as well, at least 2 plus 2 ground carapace, but it's 3 base against 4. This army is going to be cleaned up here, but at what cost? As you see, every single Mutalisk has died at this point. Armani is playing basically 4 gas, Ling Bane. He taps out, GG gets called, and Cure wins game number 1 in this best of 5 series from the Oli Molik. Of course, the Oli Molik replay pack through the Oli Molik Patreon. So thanks for that, Oli Molik. Let's head into game number 2. Alright, game number 2 here between, in the top right spawning as the blue Zerg player Armani, and in the bottom left spawning as the red Terran. It is going to be Cure, who's up 1-0 in this best of 5. And seems to be slightly supply blocked at the start here. I think he might have forgotten his depots for a couple of seconds. It's rare to see at the high level. People forget their first depot. I sometimes have it as well when I'm too late with sending my workers. Like 135 minerals. It's like, oh crap, not again. But yeah, there's going to be opening up with a barracks before gas here, obviously. Most common build order, best build order. I'm curious to see what his follow-up is going to be, right? Is this going to be another fast triple CC before a second gas? We've been seeing this, but at first, so the kind of the evolution of this build in my head is that I think it became really popular. Like, it was already played, but it became really popular like 9-10 months ago. And initially we saw people just kind of use it as like a greedy build, and then you had aggressive builds from fast to 2 gas basically. So instead of going triple CC, you get like a second gas at 220. Now that kind of has shifted. Like, even from triple CC, we're seeing a lot of variation. We're seeing Hellbat attacks, we're seeing Banshees. I've even seen battle cruisers from this triple CC. 2 Rex builds, basically skipping Hellions altogether. Like, we've really seen a crap ton of different builds, and it's just been really fun basically seeing it evolve from 2 base with a lot of variation and then occasionally a greedy third, to now everyone just kind of playing the 3 base every single time and realizing, hey, we can actually be safe with this triple CC if we do good scouting with the Reaper, if we have good reactions, and we can decide to have safe builds basically. We can also play greedy by perhaps skipping certain things. Like if you don't go Banshee, it might be harder to kill roaches if you open something with like 2 cars or two Hellions into Marines. You know, you don't have a tank, you don't have Banshees. Yeah, that's probably gonna be rough, but there's a lot of things you can do from the triple CC. However, we see Cure opening up with a Reaper. First of all, that's 4 freaking kills on this Reaper. Holy crap. Armani's been sleeping. But yeah, it's going to be a 2cc build. We see this Marine is having a blast as well. It looks a lot like Banshees again, honestly. A lot of this reminds me of Banshee, yeah. There we go, Barracks starts moving over. This Overlord didn't really manage to see anything as of yet. And here comes the Reaper. Once again, gonna be going for something. These links have to be rebuilt, of course, which sucks for Armani. Good job on Cure, good for Cure, you know. Gotta applaud the man. Gotta applaud the man. You see this Overlord, here comes the sacrifice. It's gonna be going to check, like, hey, what actually is going on here? Am I going to be able to see a cloak? Am I going to be able to see triple CC? Sees the starport timing finish, And he's like, okay, I know what this is. This is going to be 2 base cloak, most likely, right? This is the most common thing. Now, we only have 2 Hellions out. Hellion 3 and 4 are coming as well. This is a tight build money-wise. You see that? He's struggling to even get his next 2 Hellions started. He has to kind of build them one by one, which isn't ideal. You kind of want to have them together a lot of the time. A little bit of a supply block here by Armani, who lost his Overlord in the main base, but that's something that he should be anticipating for. So I'm kind of surprised. This is a dive in here. Interesting Reaper Grenade, kind of hits his own unit. Queen is fat, but not quite fat enough to block these Hellions from going into the main base. Is this... Oh, what a mistake by Armani here. Oh no, I was going to say, is this actually good enough? I was going to say 14 Hellions. 4 Hellions against 4 or 5 drones. That's kind of a good trade. But then all of a sudden, our man Armani actually built 16 links. I think that was bad. I don't understand why he built 16 links. I think building like maybe 8 links, so 4 sets of links would be okay. Or maybe even 3 sets of links, because you just killed all the cars. He did it as well as the cars were already dying. Very, very weird play here from Armani. From Armani. Now, I like this by Cure. He tried to go in with 1, with Cloak. And the reason why he did that was because he did a dive in with Hellions. And he kind of was like, hey, I'm doing a dive in. I'm going to distract you. I hope you forget your Spore. Sometimes Tosses will do this as well. Sending in 2 Adepts really early and trying to kind of get the attention of the Zerg. Get the Zerg distracted so much that he forgets to build a Spore. Then your Oracle comes in, you can kill like 4 or 5 drones, and you're like, nice. That's real cool. Now, of course, if you have an invisible unit and someone forgets a Spore, that could potentially just be game over. So even though that, that run by with the Hellions wasn't necessarily great in direct damage, you still have some indirect threats as well. And we saw, I think it did fine. It killed 5 workers and then forced out 16 more links, or at least Armani felt compelled to build these 16 more links. Now, Queens are in position, lots of transfuses are ready here as well. Once again, no medevac with this. I don't understand quite why he's not kiting with the Queens. These Helmets are getting so much bang for their buck over here. This Banshee also is getting a lot of bang for its buck on this Extractor. It's a particular hate for this Extractor. Most peculiar Banshee. 4 barracks going down at the same time. Once again, high freaking Hellion count. 8 Hellions. No, 12 Hellions in total. So that means delayed barracks. That means delayed marine production. But it also means a lot of presence on the map. And if we take a look currently at the situation, we see 54 workers for Armani. No 4th base. Secondary tech is on the way. No Evo chambers though either. So this is an Armani who is not only not a clothes designer, but also really doesn't have a lot of cash in bank, and won't really have a lot of cash in bank. Has nothing really going for him in the future either, right? We're not really seeing anything that looks positive for him. There's no positive outlook here. Sure, he can drone up, but with that 4th base being so late and no real creep being spread in the direction, I'm kind of afraid it's going to get cancelled, whether that's by a marine tank push or just by like a little follow-up drop. I'm having a difficult time seeing this get defended. There's no Baneling speed yet. What is this by Armani? No Evos? No Baneling speed? Is he just pure Hydra all-inning? I've never seen this in my life, this build. Mass Hydras. No upgrades. I mean, this is just not a build, right? Like, this can't actually work. Something in the main base? Doesn't seem to be the case. Like, these Hydras are getting slaughtered by the Marine. Is this it? Is this how the game ends? Pick up, goes back. Single tank, 2 Evos going. He's just gonna keep building more. He's just going pure range army. How many Hydras did he lose already? It was like 7? Exactly. Man, I'm god at guessing. Let's play a game of roulette again. I haven't gone to the casino in like years. Last time I went to the casino, I absolutely destroyed the guys at the casino. It's because I don't have a system. Usually when people win, they always tell you they have a system, but usually people that say they have a system always end up losing money. So I figured if I don't have a system, I can't lose. Which kind of is a system. And thus, I stopped going to the casino. because I beat them. I went twice in my life. One time I won 30 bucks, the other time I won 120. So I've beaten the boys, I've beaten the casino. They also gave me like free drinks. So I'm truly destroying them. This is not an army, by the way. This is, I don't know what this is. It's just pure Hydra Queen. And he's fighting against 1-1 Marines. Tanks aren't even... This is the worst build I've seen in my life. I love Armani to death, but this is crap. I don't understand what he was thinking here. He's drinking? I don't know. This is just such a weird build order. Hydra. Pure Hydra Queen. I mean, even in my head it doesn't make sense. Sometimes things don't work in practice, but they sound good in theory, but at no part in the theory does mass Hydra against Terran make any sense. Every single unit they build counters pure Hydra. The tank, the Marine, these are the only two units they build, so every single unit. Mines, I guess, would not be great against this, but then again, who would go Mines against pure Hydra? I feel like Cure is being too careful. Cure can't believe it either. He's looking at it like, there's no way it's pure Hydra. There's gotta be like lurkers or something like that, you know? But there's no lurkers. My favorite thing is that he opened with like 30 Hydras and goes into 1-1 upgrade. Because now he's getting Banelings. A bit too little, a bit too late, my friend. Here comes the move forward Banelings. Not gonna be able to get anything done. We have a random Marine squad. The micro of Cure is so good, by the way. You see him just poking back and forth. This is so frustrating as Zerg. Just losing Banelings every time you move forward and not actually killing anything. Oh, and here comes the massive engagement coming out of Armani. He's actually going to get a pretty okay fight for how crappy his army is. These Banelings are not going to connect. No more creep left. Hydra flank, of course. I can't believe this fight. Oh my god, the Hydra Queen Baneling is actually working. I actually can't believe this. And the Metaphicless Marine run by kills a base. Like I've seen a lot of games in my time, but this is a first, okay? I don't know what this is. And I don't understand why it's working. He has no upgrades on the Hydras except Carapace. And he just completely crushed the fight, being down 40 supply. Then he loses a base to Marines without a medevac. He also has actual negative creep. You start with more creep as a Zerg almost. That's how bad his creep spread is this game. He's just been constantly pressured into not having any creep whatsoever. 3-3 is basically at the same time as 2-2, but I guess that Hydras don't really care about upgrades or something like that. Like that last fight is just... was crazy. I also don't understand how he stays so close in supply. Well, in my head, Cure should be having a lot more supply at this point, because he's outmining his opponent continuously. Resources lost in favor of Cure as well. Like, this entire game just makes 0 sense for me. Just actually 0 sense. I just don't understand it. And that's fine, to not understand something. But the thing that I'm afraid for is that Armani also isn't quite knowing what's happening. He's gonna get Lurker then now. Infestation Pit. I mean, won't Cure just... Can I kill him if they fight now and Cure doesn't get completely flanked to death? Start of the fight starts with creep. Quickly see Armani go back home. Let's take a look at these flanks. Good setup here by Armani, honestly. Should probably consider going home. Is he gonna send this all the way around? Doesn't seem to be the case. Hydras are trying to do their best. When did Armani decide to go? When does he decide to go? I'm kind of curious. Not right now. I mean, this position is just getting better and better. I was probably waiting for 2-2, right? Gotta hope that 3-3 doesn't finish in time. Oh, a couple of Banelings going forward. Here we go. The big engagement. Lots of tanks focus firing on these Banelings. Banelings going down. Big Marine count in the back, though. Targeting down every single Baneling that didn't get shot down by the tanks. GG gets called as Cure absolutely cleans house and tells Armani, my friend, it's time to go. You stayed too long. Adios. 2-0 for Cure as we're heading into game number 3, which is potentially the final game of this best of 5. Alright everyone, game number 3 here between Armani and Cure on Oxide, which is a map good for Terran, which is weird because Lightshade got picked first, and usually the way that picks work in a best of 5 is AB, AB, and then whatever map is left over. So Lightshade first, in my opinion, was an Armani pick. Then last map was a pick by Cure, Jagannatha I guess. And then Oxide can be an Armani pick, but Oxide tends to be actually a veto for a lot of Zergs. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, he vetoed Submarine, right? It's kind of likely for Zergs to veto as well, but it's just weird to see it picked as the second map that he can pick rather than seeing Cure actually go for it. Now Cure once again is going to scout this hatchery, and he says, "Ooh, nice. That's a hatchery." Let's see if this Reaper is going to be able to do as much as the last game. That was mind-blowing, honestly, okay? That was crazy. That Reaper killed legit 4 lings, forcing out 4 new lings. But just look at how beautiful that controls. This isn't easy. Like, they make it look easy, but this is really, really tricky. Like, you need to be very aware of exactly how to micro it, and just the knowledge of exactly when the stutter step happens, you know. Gets 1. It's gonna get 2. 2 links. It's not a bad start, honestly. Oxide isn't even the small map, so it's not like the Reaper arrives really early. Jagannatha is a very small map, by the way. That's why it went so well last game and got 4. Triple CC being played this time once again. So we had our little discussion about the Triple CC last game. Decides to go back to it. To see the cars swap, we see Starport go down. Could be for a lot of things, but so far his Banshees have been great, honestly. Every single game so far has been some type of Banshee Hellion attack. We're not actually seeing the Tech Lab go down yet, though. So I'm a little worried here for Cure that this might just be, well, worried. Either his Banshee is going to be delayed by a little bit, or he just needs to open up with a Viking. Both is possible, both is allowed. Both is completely fine, actually. I know it's gonna be fine because they're, yeah. Why would I even doubt Cure, honestly? Why would I even try? Why would I even try? It's literally one of the best Terrans in the world right now. As we see, Cure is going to be able to get a single drone and then pisses off again. Only taking damage on the Reaper. Reaper can regenerate that, though, so not the biggest of deals. Did Armani scout this? Yes, of course he did. Armani scouts it every single game. Armani scouts everything and then still takes too much damage. That seems to be kind of the trend of these games. And then he goes into a composition like Mass Hydra against Terran. So, the Mass Hydra against Terran is... That's a move. That's a banter move, I can tell you. That Roach Warren going down here for Armani. Very common on this map because it's so bad for Zerg that we see 1-1 Roach attacks. Big supply block again when that Overlord dies. This is the second time where Armani makes the exact same mistake. He's like, hey, I'm gonna sacrifice my Overlord. He sees his Overlord go down, and then once it dies, he's like, oh crap, I'm supply blocked again. Like, this is exactly what's not supposed to happen. Now, Stim is being researched already. It's only going to be 4 cars. And with Banshees against most Roach builds, honestly, you're gonna be kind of fine. This could be a Roach. Oh, okay, I know what this is. This is the German taxi. And for people who are not aware of what the German taxi is, the German taxi is a build in ZVP where you load up 6 queens in Overlord, and then you go with Roach Ling across the map. Now, you get 6 queens in ZVP because you need that many queens to fight the Oracles and the Void Race. But in TVZ, there's only 2 Banshees, so actually just sending in 3 or even 4, hello, put them in, is going to be enough. So we actually are seeing a... No! The German taxi in ZVT. I didn't know this was a thing. What do we have? 9 Roaches, 3 Ravagers, 24 Lings as a follow-up here. This could be broken, actually. If these are in the wrong position, if these cars are in the wrong position and they die, this could 100% get broken. Where's the Banshees? He's gotta be able to get a lot of workers, but he should see, hey, there's almost no workers here. What's going on? The queens move forward. Ah, the depots get raised. That's painful. These links, oh my god, links actually... This is exactly how you don't want to be doing it. Right now, the links are not in the natural, which is where they want to be. They don't really want to die against Hellions. This is the only use of the Hellions, is to kill links, and they actually managed to get it. We see a bunch of workers have gone down here, which is obviously extremely nice, but at 37 against 48, 1-1 on the way already. This base is not going to get broken. Now more links come in here. We'll be able to clear all of this up. So a couple of extra workers do end up falling. We see more links. Those should have been drones already, in my opinion. I'm loving this build though, honestly. Lots of creep as well over here. Stim has finished both tanks. No, just one tank is gonna end up falling there. I thought that single bio actually was hitting both tanks. Now, this isn't the greatest fight here for Armani, but he's making things work. He's gonna get another tank for basically free. I just don't think he can break his opponent, which is the issue that I'm having. He should not be thinking about breaking his opponent. He should be thinking about transitioning out of this in the near future. I mean, he has nice supplies, Ravagers, getting good creep. If he can force this to lift with a couple of links and he can get creep there, then you're going to have creep on 2 bases. It's going to be hell to deal with. Actually, maybe he's going to be able to kill. 1-1 is done already, of course. There's a couple of medevacts. The pure DPS of Ravagers isn't actually that high. Their bios are good, but the actual damage output isn't quite brilliant. And we're seeing that now as these Marines jump on, another tank comes out. All of these Marines are super low though. It's not enough for Armani. Armani probably should have been thinking about transitioning out already. This should have never been allowed to mine. This should have died to 4 links or 3 links. It should have been forced to lift. Now a lot of this creep is being scanned away, which is nice, obviously. It requires 2 scans. 47 workers against 19. Army supply 37 against 12. 10 more drones on the way. I think Armani is misunderstanding his current position in this game. He's going to need units, and he's going to need them rapidly. I would love to see a Baning Nest go down. I'd love to see Baning Speed at some point being added, and maybe even an upgrade, because in the future you are going to need upgrades. Right now that's not the biggest of deals, but in the future you will. Oh yes, range upgrades, carapace, 55 workers against 22, but does he have enough to hold this? There is a tank, there is Marines. Now Marines don't have combat shield. Does it matter though? If there's 27 Marines, only 5 roaches, Cure sees this, he's like, hey, wait a second, you have absolutely nothing. Roach speed finishes up, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Tank not even sieged, kind of stutter stepping against one of the roaches in the back. This tank managed to get saved by the medevac. Medevacs are running out of energy actually, and Armani is just barely going to die as Cure wins this series 3-0. Now if you did enjoy this, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that like button, as it helps me a lot here on HarstemCasts, and I hope to see you all next time for a new video. Bye bye.